Welcome back to another episode of the Cast Patrol podcast. You're joined as always by myself, Mick, Jimmy, and Age, fresh off State of Origin game number 2. Jimmy, you have any comment for your Queenslanders up north?
Mate, game 3, good luck. That's all I got to say.
He's pumped.
Good luck to you. No coats
No,
now.
good luck to the Blues.
No, good luck to you, mate. No coats. Coming off a thumping.
Ponga's
Potentially
back,
no
mate.
hammer.
Ponga, mate.
New South Wales will be 1-17 unchanged. You guys, I reckon, desperate changes. Fafita's going to have to come in there. Cobbo. You're in all sorts, Jim.
Before we get
I
on
think we'll be
to
all right,
game 2 review, if you're watching on the YouTube, you will see these fresh hats. Age talks to the camera, goes
Very
down.
fresh. Corduroy hats. Cast Patrol. Established on one of the sides. I think it's this side.
Other
Or is it
side,
this
mate.
side? There you go. When are they coming out, boys? Tomorrow? Next week? When?
Couple weeks.
Release date will be dropped soon.
TBC.
These are made by League Lids. They have done an absolutely incredible job.
Yes.
I've been wearing the sample in the street. I wore it to Japan on the weekend.
Wow,
And
Cast went global in Japan.
honestly,
compliments.
A few comments to be like, this is one of your best drops.
Yeah.
So,
So
these will be
locals recognised it.
Locals recognised it.
Well, that's what you want to hear. But I really do like this hat. I'm not really a hat person, but I can
You're
get
not,
away.
are you?
I think
You
know
I
what?
can get away
It
with
actually
this.
suits you a
It's
little bit.
probably the best hat I've worn. I can't wear hats,
You don't wear hats.
but now I'm wearing hats.
You know who it suits the most? Look at Jimmy with that mullet. Jimmy,
Look at that
say
mullet.
something and turn to
Mate.
the side.
Mullies,
fresh.
pecan,
Wow.
thick, nice and thick.
Fresh
What's the
fade.
goal with the mullet? Are you trying to grow it down to maybe your lower back?
Nah, I think this is where it cuts off and we'll just, do a maintenance cut every couple of weeks.
Would you do like a buzz cut?
I think that could be on the agenda next, but we'll see. Mully season staying.
Wow, mullet season.
It is.
Maybe we agree to shave your mullet if Queensland lose or something like that.
I don't know about that.
Well, let's jump straight into State of Origin.
Yeah.
We'll go through it. It's been almost a week old now. Game 2, State of Origin, Blues dominate with a 38-18 win. Mitchell Moses, man of the match. What a
Yes.
performance by New South Wales.
Incredible. He stood up, 4 try assists.
Yeah.
I think it was 3 within the first half, but it was pretty much over
That
straight
first
away.
half,
That
game
first half,
over.
game over.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen something so dominant
It
from
was
the Blues.
one of the best starts I've ever seen in Origin. Just
Yeah.
attack after attack. People saying the ref had a play. I don't know. New South
For a
Wales
long
turned up.
time, it felt like the Blues wanted it more than Queensland.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
I did
that-
say that Queensland have the security of game 3.
They do.
And I don't know if it was, but it showed like Blues had to win.
Like they
were
ran
giving it
harder,
everything.
tackled harder,
Dominated
They
the
just
possession.
wanted. They just wanted the win. So
Quick play the balls.
Yeah.
It was just all, it was rolling.
fair play to them.
Yes.
But speaking of other Mitchells, Latrell Mitchell, I mean, I think
Yes.
everyone expected him to have a big game, but he impressed. And he just continues to show that playing centre doesn't matter. He's still one of the best outside backs in the entire
It's a
world.
big game player, right?
He is. And you put him in a team like that where you don't have to do big, tough carries. Had 9 touches, trying to try assists. Like, he's a strike weapon.
Yeah,
Holmes is going to have nightmares every day leading up to Origin game
that whole
3.
right edge.
Yeah. I think they're going to do a shuffle there. Maybe Cobbo centre, Holmes
Origin
wing.
gags.
Origin gags back to lock up Trell, but
Yeah, mate.
yeah, there's more worries than just Trell.
Yeah,
Edwards had a good game at fullback.
Haas was on fire,
Haas had a great first stint.
mate. Played his best Origin game, I think, in his career.
Yep.
We're always waiting for Haas to break out in the Origin arena and just like do what he does for club.
Yeah.
And he did that
What
in
was
game
his first
2.
stint? He ran for over 100 meters.
Yeah, over 100, heaps of post contact,
Yeah.
carrying everyone, tackle breaks, knocked people on their ass a few times. He was insane.
And someone else that nailed Origin was me because
You
we
did.
do the Would You Rather video where it's pick a side, player
Player
versus player from
comparison.
each side.
Yeah.
I did the whole New South Wales team, maybe in a little bit of bias.
Just a bit.
Just a bit.
You reckon?
PSA, some people in the comments can't understand sarcasm.
No, they
unfortunately.
don't get it. Yeah.
There was a lot of rage comments, especially like ongoing now because like they didn't get it was a joke at the
It
time.
was rage bait, and now
Yeah.
it's just aged perfect.
Yeah.
Even people were like, "Oh, this is going to be funny after Queensland clean sweep."
Yeah.
and it just keeps
And then because we
rolling.
actually released the team of the game after it, and we did all New South Wales because rightly so, they won, what was it, 38-18. So maybe Carrigan, if he didn't get Sinbin, could have snuck in there.
But
But
nah, I think the Blues were just
yeah,
too dominant.
yeah. But as we know, like Suncorp game 3, different story. Decider, pressure on the line.
Told
Saw
you.
what happened to the women. Go to Queensland game 3. It's a different ball game. So yeah,
Looking forward to it.
yeah. So are we. It's going to be good. And we're going to do another Origin preview, I guess. leading up to that.
And thank you to everyone who tuned into that pod. It was one of our highest listens of the year. So,
Yeah.
Age, finally, you got a podcast on our top 5
there you
list.
go. See, I wasn't the factor. It was just actual good chat and the correct predictions.
Well, let's get into some signing news because Sitili Tupanua on the back of Angus Crichton re-signing with the Roosters. Looks like he's been heading to the Dogs next year.
Yeah, long-term deal, 4 years for Sitili.
Yeah, just over 400K a year, so not
Good
too
signing.
bad. Good signing for the Dogs. I think, good depth. You know, they've got Kick-Out Preston there, but
I don't think we're yet to see, I think, the best of Sitili. I think the last couple of years been out injured.
yeah.
Was it back-to-back ACLs? Because he had that breakout season, scored a record number of tries for a edge
Second
roller.
round, yeah.
And then I think ACL or injury into an ACL.
Yeah, it's just a lot of recurring
Yeah.
injuries. Just struggled to get back in the first grade.
In and out of the side.
Yeah,
And
now
now
he's
on
playing
the outer.
centre for the Roosters because they got heaps of injuries. So it's good that he can slot in like centre if needed. Second row, maybe shift like a Preston to lock. I don't know what they're going to do there, but or maybe just as depth
Yeah,
off
what
the
would
bench.
you do with the back row for the Dogs? Because they got Kick-Out surely short up that left edge.
Yeah,
Preston, is he a lock now? Are they,
he's been good at second
Yeah,
row
it's
though, so it's
interesting.
hard.
is Tupanua now a prop? Because they are looking for an extra prop in that
they-
forward
yeah.
I
pack.
don't think he's big enough, like thick enough to be a
But
prop.
sometimes he comes
He'll
on
do
through
a
the
job
forward
in
And he's got good
rotation.
footwork.
Yeah, I think they'll keep you on the bench, and
Mm.
then like he can just play in the middle unless there's an injury. Like we see, Preston goes down a fair bit, kick out niggling injuries. So yeah, he'll be the next in line.
They
for
got a
second
lot
row,
of depth, nevertheless. And then up your way, Jimmy, the North Queensland Cowboys
Yep.
have told fan favourite Chad Townsend he's free to leave, and this will be his last year at the Cows.
Yeah. So long to Chad.
Yep. So they're obviously not big Chad guys. So they
Oh,
said,
look,
see
you
you
know,
later, Chad.
Chad's
Cliff Dog season.
It is Cliff Dog season. Dally M next year.
Dally M, you said this year, but maybe it was 1 year too
1
early.
year too early. I went early, but
premature
yeah,
there.
look, Chad Townsend been a great servant for the club for the last couple of years. Probably hasn't gone the way he wanted it to go,
Yeah, nor the club. I
or the
guess.
club. But yeah, look, it would be a chance for, like we said, Cliffo and a few of the youngsters. You know, Tom Duffy and Purdue waiting in the wing. So yeah, good luck to Chad. I think he's off to the Roosters.
Potentially off to the Roosters, not confirmed yet, but yeah, he'll be a good mentor for like Sandon Smith, Sam Walker.
Do you reckon he'll play?
I don't know if he'll start. Like maybe it gives Sam Walker just more free roaming if Chad's there, but
I can't understand
I
it.
don't
I
know.
mean, you got one of the future Queensland halfbacks, and you're signing another halfback
Yeah.
to either take his spot or mentor him. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Sandon Smith didn't look out of place.
I think it'll be Sandon and Sam.
the only
hope
thing
so.
is Sandon and Sam are pretty similar. Not just in looks, in playing style.
They look the exact
They-
same.
you can't
do look
spot,
the
you
same.
can't tell the difference on the field.
Nah, you can't.
But yeah, we'll see what happens there. So good luck to Chad, and hopefully he finds a good club. Maybe gets another ring.
Would that burn you, Jim? Him going to the Roosters and winning?
If he went to the Chooks and won a ring with the Chooks, but I guess
It's your second favorite team, so you wouldn't
I
care.
wouldn't be angry about
There
it.
you go.
they beat Cows in the final.
Oh,
No,
Yeah, I'd be dirty about
That's
it.
that's his
Don't
second
give us
favorite
that.
team. And then some sadder news, injury news. Dolphin star Jeremy Marshall King is out for the season. Fractured foot, it looks like.
Yeah,
Or
8 to 10 weeks.
Ankle.
JDB.
it's an ugly one.
Cheeky little hip drop there, and then
No sin bin.
yeah, no
What's happened to
simming.
that?
Got away with that.
They were sin binning blokes left and right
You just don't know. It's literally a lottery at the moment.
for the fucking
If
hip
you see a
drop.
hip drop replay, you're like, is it going to be play on,
Yeah.
penalty, sin bin, send off? What is it going to be? You don't
just
know.
don't know.
Like Dewey got sin bin for his one, and it looked like not as bad as JDB's one. It was like 1-on-1. So
It's
yeah,
like
you just don't know.
They just change it up every now and then. Like I think now they're focusing more on putting the player vertical when they tackle. Anything above above that
Oh, yeah.
horizon
The
or whatever you
horizontal,
call it,
yeah.
it's sin bin.
Straight away.
So I don't know.
And then like disruptor penalties, that's gone out the window. There's no more disruptors. I haven't seen one
Where's
since
the
like,
downtown
round
penalty?
one. Haven't seen many downtowns. The ball plant's starting to creep back into the game. Like there's a lot going
But I
on.
have to say, everyone's giving shit to the Peter Volandis or the rest. But having this free-flowing football that's just like continuous, it's good for spectacle.
It is good for
It's not good for injuries because it's obviously an increase in muscular injuries
Yeah.
due to it. But watching the football live, I don't think you can get a more entertaining sport per minute. Like
Yeah.
if you
so
watch
good.
if you watch
Fast paced,
soccer,
there's so much happening.
you watch soccer for instance, the Euros. All right, you have the crowd, you have the feeling of the game, but it doesn't really happen as much as rugby league. There's end-to-end rugby league.
No one's
Yeah.
parking the bus for 30 minutes. You know, there's always something happening. In other injury news, you got Xavier Coates, big loss for Storm and Queensland. did his hammy again. He's done it a few times, that same
6 to 8
hammy.
weeks.
The thing he did in the preseason, he did it again mid-season, and now he did it again. So, unfortunately for Coates, he'll be on the sidelines for a bit. 6 to 8 weeks. And you got Joey Manu with a fractured wrist.
Yeah.
So, he's a big
for a
loss.
month?
Yeah, he's a big loss
And
for
Roosters got
for
no
Roosters.
depth in the back line anyway. Like this week they're rolling out Jennings and Tupanua.
Yeah.
And
I
I think
thought they would have
Jennings
blooded
is rushing back.
that young kid that they had 18th man. Is it Ethan King?
Oh, yeah. I've heard good things about him,
Yeah.
but I don't know if he's ready. Maybe they're just... Robert's happy with the
And
experience.
poor Billy Smith. I mean, every time there's almost an opening for him, he's injured or he's unavailable.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
And
walked under too many ladders, that bloke.
And he
Feel bad for him.
showed last year as well how good
He's
he can
capable.
be. Yeah.
Like,
He's
he's
so
a
good when
first
he
grade
plays.
centre.
Yeah. Like, he was potentially going to keep Suoli out of the side
Yeah.
to start with, but then,
Can't take a trick, can he?
yeah, poor bloke. Hopefully he gets back in the team soon. Meat Pie of the Week comp, boys.
So it's our ongoing competition with non-Latinas where we award our fans and listeners the chance to win a 3 weeks worth of Italian authentic meat pies courtesy of non-Latinas.
Some of the best pies.
Oh, it's unreal.
Meat pies are good, but then when you have like a mad
Non-Latinas?
bolognese or chicken palmy in the meat pie,
Yeah.
it's just Italian times Aussie. You can't beat it.
Oh, it's
And last
actually
week,
unreal.
we gave away 2 winners. So Paul Adam had to deliver 2 lots of pies. But we're back to the one winner this week. Jimmy, do you want to do the honours? Who won this week?
The winner for this week is Ewan. At Ewan Stebbing 123.
Well done, Ewan. We'll be posting his comment, what he said. I'm pretty sure it was a week's try. It
was a KO week's try.
Burned Farlongo, showed a lot of speed.
Yeah.
But well done, Ewan. We're going to be sending you a set of meat pies.
And just so you know what he said, KO Weeks breaks through Melbourne's defence, then burns Farlongo. What a try. And
It was a great
it was
try.
very impressive.
It probably was try of the week.
I think Sewell was shocked as well how fast he was. Because
He's
Sewell's
quick.
fast.
Weeks is quick.
Yeah. But then, like, it surprised me, like, you know how we gave Dewey a few weeks ago?
Yeah.
Weeks couldn't run down Dewey.
Yeah.
So is Dewey the fastest man on the planet coming back from all
was
these
late in
knee
the game,
surgeries?
wasn't it?
It was
Bit of
late. And
fatigue,
he had a bit
Weeks.
of a head start.
Yeah, he did.
Funny because Weeks was having a pretty average game before that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
he
dropped
was a
a few
bit suspect
balls.
on the high balls.
I mean, his
but
first game at fullback, Ricky must see something.
his
because-
running game is money, you know?
They
Yeah,
can
it's
see
really
it.
good.
It's the speed.
Well, let's jump into our round 17 review. I got to admit, before I go into my ones, I was in Japan for the week, so
Yeah.
I didn't watch too much football. So my picks are basically off the ones that I could watch.
Watching on the phone on the trains, is that what you were doing?
Yeah, off the trains, and then one point, like for the Origin, I had it on
Yeah.
a
In your
stream,
hotel? Yeah.
a completely legal stream on
Yeah.
my hotel.
Nice.
So I'll kick things off. Which team impressed me the most? One of the only games I watched, the Bulldogs. I thought both sides were pretty sloppy, but I think Bulldogs just keep showing why that they're in the top 8 and pushing for that top 4 is just defense. They're just,
Yeah.
I don't know, I can't describe it, but every time it looks like there's a certain try for a winger, they're just sliding across perfectly, and they're just putting their defensive systems in shape that Serrato's obviously taken from Penrith and using the same model.
It's crazy they miss a lot of tackles, the Dogs, but their defense is still good because, like, people working for each other. Like, if people rush out and miss a tackle, there's someone to cover.
They miss tackles at the right times, like in the
Yes.
middle of
Not
the
on the
field.
line, like
not on the
one-on-one.
line, no.
Yeah.
You miss on the line, it's a try, but
Yeah.
they do it on the other side of the
Oh,
field.
they never look like winning that game in the second half.
And I'm a bold prediction for the top 8.
I think they're looking good now. I
Yeah.
think you've got
Side
it, Nick.
note as well, someone on our recent videos was like, these predictions aren't that bold. At the start of the season, they were.
They're
Yes.
pretty bold.
They're
They
pretty
were
bold.
like paying at least $4 or more. you
Yeah.
know?
Dogs,
Like-
Dolphins, both in the bottom 4
Yeah.
from memory.
and like teams like Broncos and Seagulls, South, all missing out at the moment.
Para.
So it was bold. Jimmy, who are you going to go?
I'm going to go my Cowboys, mate.
I agree. That was going to be mine, but I didn't want to double up.
No, it's all right. Obviously, both teams missing their Origin players, but, mate, I thought we defended so well, especially on our
you
line.
guys were missing all 5 of your Origin players.
None of them played.
Yo played for Panthers.
Yeah, he did. Cop 2 Simmons during the game as well, but it was good to see us actually stay in the fight, and was a good overall 80-minute performance, which we haven't seen
Yeah.
a lot this year.
Like Panthers, I don't know if Panthers attacked poorly or you guys defended
Hey, just-
so well that it made them look bad.
Just quietly, are the refs taking the piss with the 6 against? Did you
Was there
watch?
heaps?
Did you watch that Panthers game?
I did, but I didn't know.
Mate, on our line,
over
I
too
reckon he
much.
just did it for fun. Like,
Oh yeah, at the start before the sin bin.
Man,
I thought
like-
there was going to be a sin bin for repeated six.
like
six
how many
against.
6 against did we give away
Yeah.
on our line?
And you guys just kept knocking him back, held him
Just
out, held him out.
defense, mate. It was good to see. So yeah, really happy. Good
And
win,
it's good to see friend of the show, Braden Burns, scoring tries for you guys off the wing.
mate. can't stop scoring on the wing.
And now he got dropped.
And
Or
now
is he
out.
injured?
No, he's out of the team.
Yeah. But you guys are 7th, so fair play. You're in the top 8
In
now.
the 8, yeah. So
that's
late
good.
push, top 4 maybe.
Yes, another team in the top 8 who impressed me, the Dragons.
Yes.
There was no tries for 39 minutes. It was literally the
The
biggest
bludger.
arm wrestle.
Oh,
Nil all.
was there not?
a
No
bludger.
tries.
Yeah.
And then the
Wow.
39th minute, Tessie New goes over. So it was 6-0 going into the half. They were down. They come out the second half, scored 26 unanswered points.
Yeah.
26-6. So Dragons are very impressive. I love
Their
Sewer,
second halves,
Hunt backing up. Yeah, they've been
Something
good.
about what Flano does in the sheds revs them up and they just...
What do you reckon he does?
I don't know.
Do you reckon he just slaps someone?
Like
Just
Nathan
like
Brown.
whoever's played shit just gives him a slap and be like,
To be fair as well, I think they're genuinely a fit team. Like they got
No, they're
players
good.
that play big minutes in
Yeah.
the team, like Eisenhood, DeBellin, Sewer. They can all play 80 in that pack. Faitalamara could play 80.
they've got a good pack now.
and it just
Luch,
has
like,
the
it's-
ability. Yeah, Luch, is he off the bench these
He's coming
days?
off the
He is.
bench,
He can't
making
even,
an
he can't
impact.
get in.
Yeah.
Sewer and Fatala Mara are
Mate,
starting.
And-
the Fenoi brothers
Yeah.
And your friend Jimmy Little, he's on,
Mate, Little.
on fire.
playing good footy.
Yeah, he's playing like some of his best
So
footy.
player that impressed you the most, Jim, was it Little?
It was not Little. It was another hooker, Bronson Garlic.
Garlo.
Shout out to
Garlo.
Garlo's Pie.
Garlo pies or Nonatinas?
Oh,
Got to go the Italian style.
you got to go non-Latinas for today.
Yeah, so Bronson Garlic set up 2 important tries, I think, in the context of the game. That first one to Josh King and then late in the game to Jack Howarth.
What happened there? That was way too easy. It's
The
just-
first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think both of them were pretty easy. It's all Garlo's deception.
Mate, Carlo's a beast. But yeah, look, made plenty of tackles in the middle, provided good service out of dummy half. Obviously, without Harry Grant, I thought he was a good replacement for him and, yeah, played good footy.
Crazy part is he played good enough to rest Grant again.
They're like,
So
you know what?
Garlo's probably going to play 80 minutes of hooker again and he'll do a job.
He will.
Mick, who did you go?
My player that impressed me was Tamari Martin. I was watching this game in drips and drabs over train and some dodgy internet, but I saw enough to see that he carries that attack when SJ's not there. I also think that he Chance Harris DeVita compliments Tamari a bit
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
So what I said, is that,
Chance.
sorry, I'm getting myself.
Chance.
There's
Harris
too many.
DeVita.
There's too many hyphens.
It's all right, mate.
Chanel.
You know, Chanel, sorry. I'm thinking of the other hyphen. No, but yeah, they compliment each other in the fact that Tamari can lead that team around and
Yeah.
Harris Vita can just stick to his side
Yeah.
of the field. And
It's not that SJ is
Just-
not good.
No.
It's that Tamare
Yeah.
plays better with Harris DeVita and then vice versa.
Just
but when
quietly,
SJ's on,
do they
Yeah.
play better without SJ?
Recently,
Just
they
a
have
feeler,
been,
just to put a
because he's
feeler
not
out.
right. That Achilles is not
the
right.
Achilles not right for SJ.
And he had the pec injury. So
Yeah.
SJ at 80% is not better than Tamara Martin.
But you saw
at
last
100.
year, like SJ was pretty much the Dally
Yeah.
M. So
Yeah.
it's so weird that it just swings around and then SJ goes on the outer. He's
I saw
off,
some
I
stuff.
reckon, but
off contract next year.
Yeah. SJ and Metcalf are better than Tamare and Harris DeVita
Yes.
together.
Yeah,
We saw how good they
Metcalf
were.
is still
We saw
there.
how good they were last year and the start of this year. So
Fair play
I think
to
it's just
Tamari Martin.
combinations.
Turned his career around completely.
But he's passing like perfectly, making the right calls,
Yep.
kicking games good. Like he's a
is
great.
he a halfback or is he a 5'8"?
Doesn't matter for him, does it?
Even Harris
good
Taveda,
player.
like he took a year off from
Yeah.
footy.
And comes back, scores a double in the last
He's
game.
just playing out of his skin.
So good depth for the Warriors there in the halves department.
Yeah.
I've
Hey,
gone,
your
I've gone for Tyler Mariner. We touched on it. I don't know what happened there at Bulldogs. There was stuff going on with like the training, and he took a lot of the blame. But he's came back, he's put that aside, and he's playing some great footy.
Back to his
so
best.
Dragons have got a great buy there. So yeah, just a little smoky for buy.
He
of the
was
year.
always a good player. He could just never get a crack in that
Yeah.
Bulldogs team
And
properly.
he wasn't really
Yeah.
playing big minutes. A lot of
Nah.
injuries now. He's
Yeah.
injury free and he's playing 80 minutes. So good on him. He's very impressive.
And now we head to the round 18 preview and to do our tips. And Jimmy, I want to say that I've actually jumped you on the tipping comp this week.
Have you?
By one.
I have by one, yes. I got the Bulldogs over you. You went Sharks.
Yeah.
And I got the second game, which was Wires over Broncos.
Yes. What about Gnocchi though? She got 6 out of 8. She beat us all.
Did she?
She got 6 out of 8. She just didn't tip her own breed, the dogs.
Did
No,
she go
she-
cows?
No, cows and dogs were the only ones wrong.
Yeah,
she went
right.
all home teams except for.
So she got, no, because it wasn't 8 games.
Oh, sorry, 5 out of 7 then.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she got 2 wrong. Yeah,
Yeah.
my bad.
Good
5
on
out of
Knock.
7, yeah.
Well done, yo.
So Knock's on fire.
Knock's a fan favourite.
She is. She's getting a lot of love and hate on social media.
Is she?
There's a few people saying, I want to eat your dog when she gets them wrong. So, yeah, she's a
Poor
lot,
Gnocchi.
lot of head noise for Gnocchi right now, but she's not losing any sleep.
No, she's
God.
not.
That's for sure.
And
Well, let's get on with the preview. So Thursday night footy, Eagles taking on the Rabbitohs. Who you got and why?
I'm going to go the Rabbitohs.
Jesus, someone screen record this. That's rare.
Hey, I was tempted to go Eels, but I just can't back the Eels at the moment. They're not
They
playing
didn't
good
play
enough.
that bad, did they?
Yeah,
Against
but they
Knights?
just can't win. Like, they're just
Yeah,
not winning.
they're struggling to win.
Conceded 30 plus points.
They've got a couple of
Yeah.
debutants on this week. I think, South full strength.
Close to it. Cameron Murray's back playing edge this week.
Yeah.
You've also got Trell back from Origin duty and Cody and Wine make up the halves.
What's
Yes,
going on
yes.
with Keon and Murray? Keon's lock, Murray's second row. Do we suspect a late change?
I'm
Like,
actually,
why is the New South Wales lock not lock?
I think Keon's just been too good.
Like,
at
Keon's
lock.
great, but like, is Murray not the best lock potentially in the game, let alone our team?
I think maybe it's just where the team. Like, are you going to put Keon back to second row? I feel like he's probably had close to 3 men of the match performances at lock.
Why don't
So
you leave? Why don't you put him prop? It's the same role pretty much.
Maybe they're just
you
trying to
know?
ruin. Maybe in my head, what I think
Is it superstitious? They want to keep. They want to keep the Keon win 5 in a row at lock.
potentially because
Are
Cheek.
you guys going for 5?
This
Is
will
it
be
5?
5,
Yeah,
yeah.
5?
So they got
Jesus.
Cheekham on the bench. My theory is I reckon Kepi or Moali will come off.
Yeah.
Keon will go to prop because he can play big minutes.
Yeah,
Murray shifts to lock, and then they'll put
Cheekham,
Cheekham at
second
second
row.
row. Yeah.
yeah, or just a late swap.
But is Key on a prop, though?
I
Well,
like him in the middle.
I guess
he
it's the
works
same.
hard.
I guess it's the same.
His go forward's good, solid in defense.
I think he's been really good
I
through
like
the
him
middle.
in the middle.
Especially now at the minute where he's probably our biggest body in the team now that Junior Totola's out. So having him going through the middle, he plays a similar role to like Fanua Blake, just crafty, bit of speed, and has that offload.
Yeah, I do like him in the middle.
Rabbitohs?
I'm going to go Rabbitohs. They won 9 of the last 11 versus Eels.
Okay, so all Rabbitohs. This is bad because when he tips Rabbitohs,
They-
we generally lose.
There
Yeah,
is a
they do.
stat I want to say, though, because we know how good Latrell's been playing.
Yeah.
So he scored 5 tries in his last 5 games for South.
Yes.
Scored 1 for New South Wales. So that's 6 and 6 if you want to put it. He hasn't scored in his last 8 games versus Eels.
Bad
He's
omen.
on a drought. Does he break it this week?
Probably.
Let's hope so.
He's in fucking good form. I hope he does.
Incredible
All
for
right, next game, boys. Sharks versus Titans. Anyone tipping the Titans?
Negative.
Sharks have won 9 in a row versus Titans.
Mate,
Sharks
just
aren't
quietly,
playing
Sharks
good.
are not playing good at
They're
all.
not playing good.
No, they're not.
Nico needs to get his confidence back.
This
I,
is
I
a-
feel for him. I
yeah.
feel for Nico.
Yeah, I
But,
do. He's not playing. He's not playing great footy, and you can tell.
Like, if Sharks...
it's a lot mental.
And a lot of them play on the back of how Hines is performing, which sucks. But also, who's not getting mentioned, I don't like bagging players, but Will Kennedy has lost all his form that he went into this season with. He was I'd say close to top 7.
Like very consistent
fullbacks.
fullback.
He was just
Yeah.
consistent every week.
Yeah.
You watch Sharks
Now he's
most
doing
weeks.
like full field tries or not having a good game.
No,
but
you don't see enough
rocks and
consistency
diamonds.
for him. And then they lose Katoa this week on edge. You get Atkinson, who was playing halfback 6 weeks ago.
I
So
don't know why he's on the wing.
bit of mix and matching everywhere.
Wait,
throughout the
Stan-
squad.
Daniel Atkinson on the wing.
Yeah.
No, it's not, is it?
He is.
Are you sure it's not that other guy?
No,
that
it's not
debuted?
Stone Street.
It's not Stone Street.
It's
No.
Atkinson.
It's
Yeah.
Daniel
Oh,
Atkinson.
that's so rogue.
But
don't know
again,
what's doing.
I'm into my conspiracy theories with team lists. Maybe Talakai shifts back to his center. Iro wing. Wilton plays second row.
Maybe
Ooh. yeah.
Atkinson's not a winger, is he?
I don't know.
He can't be a winger.
I mean, I feel like
Just
maybe they would
quietly-
name Stone Street.
Again, another just quietly, but Atkinson probably should be in the halves.
Over Tricky.
Yeah.
They do complement. We're speaking about complementing halves. I think Atkinson complements Nico
I think
more.
they played a lot better with
Trindle's
Atkinson.
very controlling.
Yeah.
He does a lot of the kicking, demands a lot of the ball.
You just
But
got to
Nico
let Nico
needs to run the team.
You just got to let Nico run it.
Yeah.
I know, but then it gets tough when Nico's not performing and he's playing with low confidence, and you can see it visually watching him play. He just
He's gun
he's
shy.
second guessing himself
Yeah.
It's his
sometimes,
kicking game that really lets him down, I reckon.
and it laid him down in
There's
the
a few
Origin arena.
kicks that
Unfortunately,
there's not enough power.
How about that field goal from in front?
Yeah, that's
people
tough.
blaming Talakai there. No, I'm
Phil-
sorry.
They're blaming like it was too close, mate. It's a regulation field goal.
He
20
should have got
meters.
it, but
he slopped those for
it's hard,
breakfast.
in the moment, a lot of
It
pressure.
is, but
it's not as easy as it looks, but for a professional, you
For his
for a
standard?
halfback, as the coach said as well, like you got to
New
ice the
South
game.
Wales halfback for
Yeah.
game one.
You got to ice
Pressure
the
for
on
game.
his
line.
standard,
You got to slot it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So
Sharks,
you tip?
though.
I'm going
tipping the
Sharks.
Sharks.
I know we just bagged Sharks, but we're going
I'm
Sharks.
tipping the Sharks.
I
To
think
bounce back.
Another one, Sharks haven't lost at C.X Coffs International Stadium, 3-3. And they're
Coffs
playing
Harbour.
there. Coffs Harbour. I'm going Titans.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They are.
I'm going Titans.
Without
Brimo's
Jaden
back?
Campbell?
Yeah, without Campbell, Brimo's back. Keeney's been unreal at the back. Fafita's playing for an Origin jersey. I can smell an upset. I don't mind
Mate,
Titans.
if there's going to
Off
be an
the bye.
upset against the Sharkies,
Yeah.
this week's the week.
This is one of the games where it could be 40-0 Sharks or it can be like 36-20 Titans. You don't know.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind tipping upset there to catch you guys.
Broncos taking on Penrith. Is anyone tipping Broncos here?
I was considering it.
Too many,
But-
couple outs. Stags out.
Panthers, their stars back. I think
Yeah.
be too strong.
They don't, as we said, they don't lose 2 games in a row.
No,
We
rarely.
mentioned it on a lot of pods. I think the last time they weren't even favourites after a loss and they came out and won easy. So, Ivan's going to put a rocket up them. They won't be losing this, I don't think. Grand final rematch.
Yeah, having all the Origin players back this
Yeah.
week helps a shit ton.
Yeah.
And Broncos, I say it week in, week out, whenever they don't have A-Ray there, they struggle.
That's another team. Something's not right there with Brisbane.
They've lost 4 in a row. They're out of the
Yeah.
8. They're 10th.
They're losing the wrong players. Sorry, the wrong players at the wrong time. Like A-Ray's out. Then this week they put Jock Madden back in.
Then all their
Stags
Origin
is
players
out.
arrested last week,
Yeah.
Carrigan,
Haas, Carrigan,
Rumours,
Walsh.
Hedge. Like
Yeah.
they got Hetherington on edge now. It's just a weird team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think they'll
Panthers.
put up a fight, but I think Panthers will win. They've won 7 out of the last 8 against Broncos.
I'll be going
As well.
Panthers.
Yes,
Yeah.
up the riff.
And the next one, Dogs taking on the Warriors. Dogs of War taking on everyone's second favourite team, the Wars.
Tough game.
It
But I
is.
think the Dogs.
Toughest game of the
The
round.
Dogs
to pick.
continue their home
so.
winning advantage.
They're playing
They've
good
won
footy.
every game at home this year.
Yeah.
I really want to tip Wars, but they've just been too inconsistent. The times when you expect them to win, they lose. And the times when you think they got no chance here, they ended up winning. So I'm going Dogs. There's nothing for me and no factors for me to tip against them.
What about if I tell you a factor?
Tell me.
Warriors have won 6 in a row versus Dogs.
Have they?
6 in a row.
That's a stat.
It's close, but I'm still going Dogs.
Okay,
I'll
Jim?
stick with the Dogs.
Sticking Dogs.
I think Dogs are a different team this
I
year.
love my stats, but I'm in agreement with you. Dogs of War this year, and
Yeah.
it's 2024. We know what that means. Going the Dogs back in that defense.
And then Tigers taking on the Storm. This could be a bloodbath.
Tigers
Could be.
Tigers at Leichhardt though. Different gravy. They won the last 3
It
there.
is.
Are you going to tip them?
No, Storm winning 7 in a row.
Storm win well.
Yeah, they're going to make
Yeah, I
it
think
7.
Storm win. Only thing that concerns me is how different their backline looks to their full strength team. Pappenhausen obviously comes back for the first game. Warbrick, yep. But then it goes Grant Anderson, Jack Howarth, who's playing good. I'll give him credit.
How's playing well.
Kane Bradley, Tyron Wishart. He's
Wishart's
playing
been
well.
good.
But also it's not
Yeah,
Munster.
not Munster.
And then Jerome Hughes is there. So
I think there'll be a late
and-
change. I think Remus will come in.
Yep. And throw
I think-
Bronson Garlic at hooker.
They don't really rely on their centers much, Melbourne.
No.
They can get away with not having,
They can get
Meany
away
there
with
and
you at
stuff.
centre.
Me with this knee, you reckon?
They could get away with it.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty fucked right now.
How is the knee going, by the way?
I can walk, but yeah.
Have
it's
you
very-
tried running or
very-
anything?
No, I can't run.
Not yet.
6 months in, you can
Okay.
run. So yeah, I'm pretty cast at the moment.
How much? How long are you in?
I am about 2 months,
Okay,
2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
around my boxing fight.
So yeah, another 3 months I'll be running.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, ready for the charity match next year.
Ready
No,
for
no.
Oztag season.
Oh fuck, the year after.
So we're all going Storm?
Yeah, Storm.
Cool. Cowboys taking on Manly, another tough game to pick. But Seagulls have never lost at the new Queensland Country Bank Stadium.
Mate, Cows Origin boys back. We're humming. Cows win.
Turbo's back though,
Centre.
playing centre.
Yep.
Yep.
I like when Turbo's back for Manly.
So is he a left centre?
So which one was cooler?
Garrick was right.
Yeah, I think Garrick will
So
stay right.
Turbo,
So Turbo left.
But then Turbo's been playing right for New South Wales. Do they
Yeah, how
like
long?
him better
3
there?
years ago.
I know, but do they like him for what they've seen?
They're just
You know,
gonna,
Seabold's weird like that. He
they're
does
just
all
going to
his
leave Garrick
research.
at right.
Okay, and then Cooler at
Well,
fullback.
can they move Garrick to the left?
Hopper Whitey
I mean,
makes
Garrick's
way.
built that whole combination up with old
So,
mate on the wing the whole year.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
who's the left winger? Talau.
Talau.
Violea will have a job.
Talau for any time try
It does
scorer
benefit
is
Talau,
a good
doesn't it?
shout.
Mate, Violea is going to have his work cut out.
Yeah. Because Turbo will still do that sweep, I reckon. He'll still act like a fullback, I reckon, in attack on that edge. And he'll be gifted the ability to roam and chase kicks. So I don't think he'll be...
Do you reckon they'll
really
he'll
hope it
defend at
works out.
centre and
Yeah,
then
he'll
attack
defend
at
at centre.
fullback?
No, I
No,
think
I reckon like as a play, like they
Yeah,
might
yeah.
get like Cooler and Turbo sweeping, for the second rower.
I really want him to just stay injury free. I think this
I know,
is
he needs it.
not last resort, but I think they're going to put him at centre to be like, all right, just get through a little bit less running.
Get through the
fullback
season.
and just
Get through the
play it out,
season.
and we'll reassess you going
Yeah.
back to fullback because his best position is fullback.
Yeah, but then
And-
like the longevity of his career, you
Yeah.
can't be getting injured every 6 games.
Especially
And
for them as
long-term
well.
injuries.
So for Manly as well, yeah.
They're paying 1.2 million for him, and every year he's averaging less than half a season.
Yeah, but I
unfortunately.
can tell you now, he won't be staying in that centre spot.
No.
Like if there's a kick up, he's going to chase in the middle.
Yep.
You know, they're going to use him more than just a centre.
Yeah.
So who are you tipping?
Oh, I think I'm gonna go Manly. I think Cherry Evans needs to bounce back from the last few weeks, and Turbo back is a big inclusion. Had the bye. I'm gonna go Manly.
I'm going to go the Cows.
Sorry, Jim.
That's all right, mate.
You
Better
got
that you
Cows?
don't put the mock on us.
And I will be going Manly. Okay.
Okay.
Roosters taking on the Dragons. Roosters have won 10 of the last 12 matches against the Saints, and it was a smashing the last time they played
I
on
think
the
the
Anzac
Anzac
Day.
Day, look, after they lost Sully, it was
Yeah,
They
he
were in
got
trouble.
concussed off the kickoff.
they were in trouble. So I won't read into that too much. I was thinking about going Dragons. They're playing well, but mate, Roosters just look good. Eh?
They were the team that impressed me last week, but against a team like Chooks, I've got to tip Chooks, especially with the record. They won 10 of the last 12 versus Dragons, but
Yeah.
I think it will be close.
It'll be a good game.
It'll be closer than what people think.
Yeah.
Dragons are tough this year, but just don't know if they're classy enough to beat the Chooks.
Hmm.
Mick, what are you going?
Yeah, I'm going the Roosters. I think they were very impressive against a lackluster Tigers team, but Dragons are impressive too. I have to go Roosters. I think
Too much X factors in there. Like
Too much.
Teddy, Sam Walker, you got Dom Young.
Manu's a big
Manu's
loss.
out, so they're lacking the centers, but you got Gussie, Terrell May off the bench, you know.
Yes.
Brandon Smith played good. Connor Watson's a gun. Like
Watson, yeah.
There's too much going on in that Roosters team.
And I think this was kind of like they always had the team, and we said this is their last season to do it because they've got a shit ton of those players leaving. Roosters. Raiders taking on the Knights for the final game of the round. This one's a tough game to pick.
I reckon that's the hardest.
This is the upset, mate.
hardest
This
of
is
the
the
round.
upset.
These are probably the most two inconsistent teams
Yeah.
every week for your tipping.
This is the upset.
You reckon Raiders?
Raiders win.
Even with Ponga coming back in.
Yeah, Raiders win.
Ponga's too big of an inclusion. I'm going to tip the Knights. I did like what I saw with the Knights. They're playing good without Ponga recently, so I think they can continue that with Ponga. And even better.
Raiders look a bit disjointed in attack for me. I think their defense is okay. They kept Melbourne to nil for most of the half, but as soon as one try came
They
in,
do have good defense.
Yeah.
They're really resilient and
But
they're
then
tough.
a few weeks
I think
ago,
it'll-
they conceded, 40 to Tigers.
Yeah. You just
It's a
can't
bit
pick
weird.
it.
they're
you know.
weird.
They can lift at times.
It's their
you know?
forward pack that keeps them in the game, but I feel for their young spine at the minute where they're all sort of chopping and changing. Like Weeks goes from
Mate, they got-
halfback to 5'8" to fullback.
And they
then
got this Cook bloke
comes
in. Cook played all right. Good kicking game.
Yeah, he was,
Has a good spiral on him.
Strange his
does.
Yeah,
first season.
First kick, he just chucked the spiral up and like cop that far longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think Knights. They've won 3 of the last 4 versus Raiders, so I'm backing them to make it.
I was
4.
not. I was tipping Knights before I saw Ponga, and now I'm tipping him even more with Ponga. So
Yes, I was
that's a
the
great
same.
inclusion. That's our round preview.
Beautiful.
It
Done.
is.
Boys. Let's bring back a popular segment that we did on our Origin preview pod. So, boys, go ahead and get your whiteboard. So, if you're watching on the YouTube, this will be a lot better for visually, but it'll still work over audio.
Yeah.
So, basically, what we're going to do is I'm going to read out which NRL player is most likely to, and you write it down on the whiteboard and you reveal to the camera. So, starting us off, we are going with. Sorry, I've just lost my sheet.
It's all right.
So-
That will help.
We're starting off with which current bottom 9 team is most likely to play finals this year?
Ooh, bottom 9. There's an obvious one, but I don't want to be that guy.
I'm that guy.
One of you guys are going to be that guy.
I'm that guy.
Well, you know which guy I'm going to be. Okay, so we're all writing down on the whiteboard for those listening at home. Age, do you want to start things off?
Yeah. I'm
Which
not going to go the obvious
team?
one. I'm going to go Manly, turbo back, trying centre. They got a good back line. As long as their forwards can do a job, they could sneak in the 8.
Not
They've got,
Newcastle?
they've got a few winnable games coming up.
Good on you, mate. You
Yeah.
picked the 9th team. Jimmy, who are you tipping?
I'm going to go the Broncos. I think they'll bounce back. Renault will be back in the side hopefully soon, and I think they'll make their run into the finals. They've got too good of a team.
I tell you what doesn't help Panthers this week.
That doesn't help.
You can leave them on the same score they're on.
But I think they can. I think I think they can improve.
Mick, who are you going to go? You're not biased.
I'm going to go with the biased pick. As you know, I'm the most biased here. I'm going to go with the Rabbits. We
It's a
talked about
surprise,
it.
isn't it?
We talked about it 2
Big
episodes
surprise.
ago. We have a moderate run home. It's going to come down to winning the teams we have to win against.
Like
the
Para this
including
week.
this
Para,
weekend, yeah.
next week Dolphins, and the week after it's the Tigers, I believe. So have to win those games, and then the games against Penrith, Roosters, and Sharks will pretty much determine if we're going to make it or not. And
But if
obviously
we
relying-
can't win the winnable games, then
That's
you can
it.
just
Yeah, exactly.
you
That'll
can
be
turn it
interesting
off.
next weekend with Uncle Wayne.
100%. And we lose
Yeah.
Trell Murray, assuming to Origin. They lose Hammer.
Does Wayne give us the win?
Does
you know?
Wayne give
Set
you a
us up?
freebie?
Because, Dolphins are already up in there.
Dolphins are
in the
sliding
eight,
too. They're on 20 and Manly on
They
19.
have lost a few games in a row.
And they lose Marshall King now. It's not good.
All right. Wayne's just thinking about South too much. probably.
The next question. It sounds bad. Among the current top 4, Storm, Sharks, Panthers, and Roosters, who is the biggest pretender?
Is there an obvious one?
There he is.
Okay.
All right.
1, 2, 3. Reveal.
3,
Yeah,
2,
1.
1.
Yep.
Yeah,
Sharks.
Sharks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sharks.
Sharks.
All gone Sharks.
When the pressure's on them, they just seem to crumble, don't they? Unfortunately. Like, they always start good. They're always up there. They do have a really easy run. So I think
Look, it's
They
all
get
won't-
easy run
they
every
won't-
year.
Wait, what was the question again?
Biggest pretender in the top 4.
Yeah. Like, they'll probably make the top 4, but they might just
Not by
It-
beating the
it's
best.
all
They might
relying
lose back-to-backs, you
on
don't
the
know.
one man that we spoke about, Nico
Nico.
Hines. If he's firing, Sharks firing.
Yeah, they'll fight all the way up to the finals. I kid you not. And then when it gets there, when it matters, that's when you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Which player is most likely to become a coach after retiring?
Yep.
Current player.
Could I go? Or
Yeah, you can go. I'm still
Jim, you
thinking.
can start off. Go ahead while Sage
Mate, I'm going to
away.
go DCE, one of the smartest halves, if not the smartest half
That's
in
a
the
good
game.
one. That is a good one.
Speaks well, leads the team well, so I think he'll transition well into coaching.
Yeah, I think you generally see the spine members become coaches just because they're in that general mind space and brain of the team. I'm going Adam Reynolds. By all reports, if you listen to Tyson Gamble's podcast, Cobbo, he's pretty much coaching the Broncos. So maybe he's going to lose his job as coach right
Jesus.
now with their slide.
Yeah, I think you got to sack Reynolds right now. I'm going to go Nathan Cleary to follow his dad's footsteps.
Nathan Cleary.
It's not a
You know,
bad shout.
it's in the genes, I reckon he's going to be a good coach. So he's a great player. And as long as he can translate that into words and, coach, I reckon Cleary could be an option.
Sometimes the
His
best
dad will
players,
teach him some tips,
Sometimes
you know?
the best players don't make the best coaches.
That's true.
Just because they think, like apparently Joey Johns is just too good of a player that he goes, you have to do this, and they go, mate, you're thinking from a GOAT perspective.
Yeah.
Are you trying to say Billy Slater's not a good coach?
Well, he didn't pick for feeder. I think he's eating his words
Mate,
there.
I think the
Yeah.
record
Nah.
speaks for itself.
He's a great coach, Billy.
He's good.
He's a great
I just had a
coach.
thought to me that came to me.
What's your thought?
I can just picture Yo being a fucking coach.
Yo?
Like in the sheds, can you just picture
Like
him?
bold though, like
Yeah,
full
like
yo
just yo,
bold, like
and
a
he's
mad,
just-
just angry.
He's just a coach.
Yeah.
It'll
some
get to,
I
it'll get
can
to that
picture that.
stage when the whole current coaching staff will be players that we grew up watching.
Yeah.
That'll be pretty cool.
It'll be
Well, it's pretty much some now.
Yeah, who's
Like
who's
Benji.
coming?
Benji.
Benji.
Yeah.
Trent Barrett,
Like
we saw.
Slater.
Slater.
Yeah, it's happening now.
Hannay.
Cameron Smith's got to be soon.
Did you watch Hane play?
Yeah, he played for the Cowboys. Cowboys legend.
There you
That's
go.
why. Yeah, fair enough.
That's why I didn't know.
Fitz-
And
Fitzgibbon.
Craig Fitzgibbon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Fitzy.
Riles.
Rolls.
Jason
Jason
Riles.
Riles, yeah.
Yeah, we watched him play. Anyone else?
Matt Ballin.
Yeah.
Where's he coaching?
Queensland.
Queensland what?
Like on the staff.
Yeah, he's on the
Oh,
staff.
okay.
The staff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, last one for the week. Which player would you trust with your life to slot a sideline conversion?
Sideline.
Are we doing
Either
current or
side?
ex
Do
players?
current. It's
Oh.
too easy, X.
Yeah,
Nah, there's
X
heaps
is
of
too
X
easy.
ones. Nah. I can do any.
Any.
You want to do any?
Go any.
I'll go any.
Do
with you.
any.
Sideline.
If we all say
Yeah.
the same one, Jim gets
In their
bashed.
prime, yeah?
Whenever.
Not like now.
Not
like,
now. Yeah.
Yeah,
In their
okay.
prime.
You probably think I'm going to go an obvious one.
No, you're not going to go Thurston.
No, I'm not.
Well, I am. I'm going Jonathan Thurston. That bloke, when pressure was on, he just slotted him for a living.
El Magic.
El Magic. I don't even know if I spelt it. I'm going Hasm.
Hasn't El Magic.
Is that how you spell Hasm?
No, I think it's with an E.
Is an E? Well, either way, Hasm's not missing.
You don't have
from
to
that
write this one,
sideline.
but if you're doing current player, who are you picking?
Zachy Lomax after that
Yeah,
Origin
Zachy
performance.
Lomax or
He
Val?
was swinging him, he was curving him, he was slotting him. Whatever he wanted.
I'm going A-Ray to save my life. I know
Hey, fuck. Does not that
When
GF
he's-
give you flashbacks?
I know, but when he's on and he's on that left side, it swings in perfectly.
Like it, mate.
Well, let's pick some Tryscorer Tryfectas this week. I'll be going Valentine Holmes. Speaking of sharpshooters,
Nice.
he's playing Manly this week. I know I'll tip Manly, but he's had a week off and he's got the PTSD out from Trell running over him, so he's safe.
Hopefully you're right there. I'm going Trell Mitt. He's in form, scored 5 in 5 for South, but we know, as the stat says, hasn't scored in 8 games against Eels. This is where he breaks it. He's going to break the duck. Yeah, Trell Mitt.
I'm going to go the Brick. He scored 5 in 2 against the Tigers.
Yeah, it's a good matchup there, isn't it?
It is.
Who's that left winger? Fatape? He's a shorter.
No, it's Lilili.
No, he's right, Lily, isn't it? Or they swapped last week?
No, Staines back on the wing.
Okay. Well, either way, he's got the height advantage and he's got a good matchup.
Yeah, I think
He
the
does.
Warwick's- and he's on that Hughes side, so it's a great shout there.
Yeah.
Fill at the fridge, middle forwards only,
It's
front
impossible.
rowers.
This is impossible.
It's hard. You
It's
know,
a tough week.
Since we stopped doing Hazleton, it's been hard.
Well, no props. in
Terrell
score.
May's been scoring a lot.
Yeah.
Was it just Terrell last week?
Oh, there was probably some
is
other
Barnett
ones.
back at prop?
He's prop, yeah. He didn't score, did he?
No, he sat
He
up.
try
Six.
assist.
Try assist,
But
yeah.
he has been scoring at second row.
Yeah,
but then he goes
exactly.
to
What happened to
front row.
Funua Blake? Hasn't scored in
He's been
years.
quiet. What's
Some-
your score this
something's off
week?
with Fanua
Is anyone
Blake.
tipping AFB this week?
No, but I'm going Hazleton. This
Hazleton.
week. He's
Okay.
starting
Oh,
this
you're going
week
Hazleton. Yeah, he's
against the
starting.
Titans. So maybe he gets a few more minutes, more chance to score.
Yeah, I
I'm
love
going to
Hazleton.
go prime Tamalolo.
Is he primed?
He's primed to score. Got close on the
Is
weekend.
it 2015?
I
What's with-
wish.
he doesn't play minutes. He played the first 20, they took him off, and they saved him for the last 15.
When we needed him, mate.
Is that what Payton does? He's like, I'm just going to see how long
I
I
think
can last
his
without him.
knee's cooked.
Something's wrong, eh?
His knee's done.
Yeah, he
So
just
he's
can't.
just holding out for a few years and then
Oh, it's low.
he'll be retired.
Okay, I'm going a young bull. I'm going Davey Moali. I think there's a lot more we're going to see from this kid. And I think,
Mate, he's improving every week.
yes, from what I saw when we used to play knee footy back in the day, and I was like 4 years older than him, and he used
Yeah.
to run over me, I reckon this kid's got it. And I think, you know, maybe a Cook, short ball, Pistol Pete. I think Davey's going to do a little crush play.
Like it, mate.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, boys. Let's bring something back that we haven't done in at
been a
least
while.
2 months.
It's been a while.
Cast calls. It's back.
Here we go.
Let's do it. Chuck the headphones on.
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
So we asked everyone who's going to win the comp in 2024 and why. So we got four lucky people that recorded a voice recording for us. Okay, first cast calls from Joseph. Let's see who's going to win the comp.
Hey, Cast Patrol. If anyone's going to win the comp this year, it's going to be my team, the Canterbury Bankstown
The
Bulldogs.
dog.
The
I mean,
Doggies.
you guys yourselves have made that video about the Bulldogs and the Roosters being in the grand final. Plus, all the stats and all the stars have all lined up for them to win the comp, and you guys are all about your stats.
It's the
They're
year.
also just playing so well this year. The defense is the second best in the comp. I think they're going to win this comp this year. It's just meant to be. But also because I'm a biased Doggies fan, so
Hey,
I just think
does
we're going
help.
to win it.
That helps.
Up the Doggies.
Fuck yeah, Joseph.
Yeah.
Go the doggies.
The conspiracy theory, dogs versus roosters, it's real and it's going to happen. Let's see what Liliana has to say.
Bulldogs, because they're just good like that. And 2024 is the year. They won 2004, ends in 4. 2024 ends in 4. This is their year.
Fuck,
Got
everyone knows the
Fucking
conspiracy. Are you a believer, Jim? Or are you just like, nah, not into that stuff?
Nah, don't read about it, mate.
Jim's not in high school. He used to swear on his mum's life and stuff when
Really?
he'd lie
And he'd lie.
because he doesn't believe it.
Fuck, you just don't, you're not superstitious or anything.
Nah.
Oh, well, stats don't lie, Jim. All right, world's youngest patroller's back.
Oh no.
Oh, Jesus.
G'day, Cast Patrol.
Yeah.
It's the world's youngest patroller
Let's
here.
go.
Wonder
And
how
I'm
young he
here to
is.
tell you about who is going to win the 2024 NRL Telstra Premiership Comp.
You
And
tell us.
let me tell you,
Specific.
I know this. There's no stats backing this up. It's just my brain, and it's just how smart I am. The Melbourne Storm
will win the comp.
Mate.
We are currently first on the ladder.
Where?
Tyron Wishart is the most underrated player in the
Wishart,
comp
that's your
right
boy,
now.
Jim.
We are first on the ladder, and we're still the underdogs. Stop sleeping on the Storm. Put your house on the Storm. Let's go, Storm. We're winning the comp, baby.
I like the confidence.
Surely, if he's the youngest patroller, he can't be putting a house
Yeah.
on the Storm. He's underage to
How
be.
does he even know about putting the house on? Is it all? Maybe it's from us.
Bad influences.
Yeah.
And the final one this week. So we got 2 dogs and a Storm.
The last one, I can tell you it's one of those two.
Oh, no.
Stop it.
Hey boys, who is going to win the comp? I think it's a no-brainer for me. The Bulldogs.
Oh,
are going to
my
win the comp,
God.
and here's my
Mate.
reasoning.
That's 3.
What's
The
going on?
Bulldogs
We
have
got
shown
doggies
this year
fans.
that when they work hard and when they play at their full potential, they can beat absolutely anybody. Obviously we lost to Penrith and stuff, but I think we can do some of these good teams, and we've got a real club. Everyone works with each other and
Hard
for each
workers.
other, and yeah, I think the Dogs are winning the comp.
Oh, there's a lot of confidence.
Mate, that'll
Have we
just about-
brainwashed everyone?
I think we
That'll
brainwashed
just
them
about
with the
do me,
theory.
I reckon.
Jimmy's so offered. Well, that's it for Cast Calls this week. Next week, I want people to send in, using the link in our bio or YouTube description, who will be the Wally Lewis medal after Origin Game 3 and why. So that's the man of the match. Is that the player of the series, right?
Wally Lewis, yeah,
Wally
player
Lewis.
of the series,
Player of the
yeah.
series. So who are the
So-
top contenders for that?
Who would you say at the moment?
Moses?
Or after one game, though?
If New South Wales win, he'd be up. But,
Yeah.
I mean,
Who got man of the match game 1?
Ches.
Cherry,
Yeah.
yes.
So Cherry'd be up there. Moses would be up there.
It comes down to game 3 man of the match, essentially.
Angus Crichton, he played pretty good.
Angus Crichton's been good in both
Ash was
games,
solid in both games. So
but
yeah.
New South Wales need to win the series. For him
Yeah,
to win.
exactly.
Correct. All right, here we go. Listener questions to finish off this week's episode. First one at Mac Mazza 6. Will the Cows stay in the 8? Yes or no, and why? Well, I reckon yes, Mac. We will stay in the 8. I think we're starting to string together some good performances, some 80-minute performances, which have been lacking. And yeah, I think, fully fit side.
I think it's going to be tough for you guys to stay in there. I know you've got one
I
more.
think it depends on the draw as well,
Yeah,
right?
I haven't really looked at your draw coming up. If someone's got it
Well,
up,
you got a few tough teams. You got Manly in the bye, that helps.
Yeah, we've got a bye coming up. Which
In
helps.
round 19, you have the bye, and then you have Doggies, which is tough. Round 21, you got Sharks. They could be in good form by then. Then you have Tigers, should win that.
Yeah.
And then Broncos, Raiders. You got, and then the bye again. You got 2 byes
We've
coming
got
up.
2 buys coming up. Oh, there you
Wow.
go.
So you never know. You might be a chance.
Well, there's 4 points banked in right there.
yeah, it's 4 locked in. Tigers 6 points.
Yeah.
You're a good chance.
Raiders. Yeah. I think we'll stay in the 8.
I'll say
Depends.
no.
You reckon we'll drop out?
I don't know. Sometimes
I
with
think
the
the
bye,
last
you
couple
can-
of weeks have been consistent.
Yeah, but you can lose momentum sometimes with the bye, or it can be beneficial. So, just how you win those games either side of the
there's
bye.
a big logjam for that final 8
It is.
It's
positions.
very tough.
It is.
There's a lot of teams competing. So,
All right. Next one at who is Ethan? Most underrated player this season? Boys?
most underrated. Tamara Martin's up there.
Anyone coming to mind?
He's
Yeah.
very underrated.
I think we
He's
spoke about
killing it.
Just
Wishart?
Wishart?
Yeah,
Wishart's
I
been
think
very good.
Ewan Aiken's bit underrated. He's been very consistent for the Dolphins
yeah.
on that
Yeah.
edge.
And Cody Nicarima in the same
Nicarima,
vote.
yeah.
He was good when they're winning games. He's always assisting.
Jacob Little,
Little's
yeah.
had a good year.
Dragons.
Who else? Like Ethan Strange, but he's like a rookie of the year.
Yeah, I guess
so
people
he's
probably
sort
get
of,
a rookie.
he's sort of rated, I guess.
Underrated, yeah.
And
I mentioned like for Tyler Mariner before, he's been a bit underrated, but
there was someone that came to mind. I've forgotten him now.
what
Sorry,
about
guys.
like Liam Henry for Panthers? He's always
Yeah, he's
lifted.
Pretty good. Just doesn't get enough minutes, I
Not
guess,
enough
to make the
minutes.
impact.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's my.
plenty.
I reckon Wishart's probably the number one.
Wishart's up
Mar-
there.
Martin's up
For
there.
him to come in there, like to fill Munster's shoes,
Yes.
Yeah.
for them to be consistently winning, it's a good sign.
I don't
Yeah.
even mind read Marnie. I know he's rated, but I think his grubbiness gets put in front of him as opposed to his skill
Yeah.
sometimes, and what he does for the Dogs' attack is immense.
Yeah.
All right, next question at Jace Joseph _ Carossi. So the fucking Mad Bulldogs
Yeah,
fan.
He's doubled up.
Who would be each of your picks for the most improved team this year? Well, I know who Joseph's going.
He has to go to the Doggies.
Has to.
And he wouldn't be wrong.
No, he wouldn't be
They
wrong.
have improved
gotta be
a
the
lot,
Dragons,
and
right?
especially
I
in
think-
defense.
I think
I
Dragons
think
are up there.
because we had him last as wooden spooners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shane Flanagan's just turned him around, put him to 6th on the ladder.
6, wow.
Like everyone's hyping up the Dogs and stuff, but they've also equaled the Dogs for points.
Like
So
the Dragons make the 8.
potentially, that's what I mean. It's
I don't think they hang on.
so from Bulldogs in 5th all the way down to Raiders in 12th. They're 20 to 18 points.
Yes.
So one
It's a
win
logjam.
away and
And then
4 and against.
just behind the Raiders is South on 16 with a game in hand,
Yeah.
which is the bye. So
I think if South can keep stringing these wins together,
we're not going to go in 3, but yes, they can.
if they string it together, you don't want to verse South in form if they won 6-7 in a row. So
Remember we did
that's
it
on their side.
a few years ago when Latrell came back from America after his injury,
Yeah.
and we went on that run, finished in I think 6th, and we knocked out Roosters into someone else in.
I just
finals.
pray if we do make it, like Trell is not suspended. Or injured.
He's fine.
That would break. Imagine you go on
Yeah.
a mad run, then Trell gets suspended.
You need a
So-
full team to get close.
All right, last question for this week at Tannis Charlie. Is Chad going to be the worst Roosters buy?
I would argue no, because they did sign Ryan Hall, winger from Super League, best try scorer of
Didn't
all
score.
time over there. Didn't score a try.
Couldn't crack it. He did come back from like ACL surgery and stuff,
Yeah.
but yeah,
I don't think
didn't score a
it won't be
try.
their worst. Look, I'm sure. Look, I think Chad will add a lot of value to the Roosters, especially those young halves. I think he's won a comp.
Yeah.
You know, one of the most experienced halves in the game. So I think he'll be a good mentor for them.
People were saying he was one of the worst signings for the Cows when he first went there, and in that year they went on that huge run into the
Yeah.
finals, and he was a big part of it, playing halfback.
Yeah, I feel like mentorship he'll be good, but in terms of like his playing ability,
I don't think he'll play a lot.
nah, I don't think he'll start. But Robbo does love an experienced half, you know, like he had
He does.
Hutchinson in there for ages,
And with the way the NRL's
Kiri.
going, just injury after injury, he probably end up will get a spot somewhere in that
Yeah.
team.
yeah, I don't think he'll be the worst.
No, he's not the worst buy.
Nah, that's it.
But that's all for this week. Reminder, these league lids HUDs will be going on sale sometime soon. We're aiming for maybe next month, but we're just teeing it up on the back end. But we thought we'd show you the hats, how beautiful they
A
are.
lot of DMs coming in say like they're looking fresh. Where can we get them?
Yeah,
A lot of love for the corduroy, and obviously the colours are pretty
slick.
standard, slick colours, cast colours.
And
So
Age and I will be on the Saturday live stream for Double this weekend. Jimmy's off away, so you got Dumb and Dumber on the stream,
yeah,
but it's still
but
fun.
we're giving away a
nonetheless.
lot of giveaways, Dumb and Dumber. So
Yeah.
Dumb and Dumber
Yeah.
has been giving
That
away
wheel
a
spinner's
lot
gonna
of
be
money.
spinning.
100%.
It's gonna get a work.
Sign up using the link in our description to Double. Take you straight to the App Store and use our code Cast Patrol to help out
you
the
don't
show.
even need to love horse racing to be on it. Like we're probably not going to talk that much about the horses
But no one us to, we won't. It'll be all footy related. But
and
I
giving
think
away. Yeah,
that's all from me, boys.
That's all from me.
that's all from me. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next Tuesday,
See you guys.
Wednesday.